introduce you with the speaker. He's from Switzerland and he has interesting presentation. I would like to invite Stefan Hofer on stage to discuss the projects in the mountains and share his views. Please give him a big round of applause.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm a real Swiss. I was actually standing on skis before I could walk. It was like typically in Switzerland you had these little skis and your mother would pull you behind like this, you know, and you were on skis. So skiing winter sport in Switzerland is a big thing. And one of the first things I realized when I looked at Pakistan, how similar the nature is, the mountains are between Pakistan and Switzerland. When you look at these pictures, this is, for instance, this is Switzerland, okay? We go next, this is Pakistan. Next, Switzerland. Next, Pakistan. Next, Switzerland. Next, Pakistan. So there are very, very similar environments with a lot of mountains, with a lot of snow, eternal snow, and big number of opportunities where you can do something in terms of winter sport. Now let's have a look what really happens in terms of winter sport. If you look at Switzerland, you have 7,300 kilometers prepared ski slopes, only in Switzerland. That's about the distance from Dubai to Zurich, even a bit more, all slopes. And then you have together like more than 2,700 transport facilities with cableways, all in the Alps. You have 16.5 million hotel overnight stays in winter, which makes a business that gives direct revenues of 15 billion Swiss francs, which is about the same in a dollar, so some $15 billion from winter tourism per year, okay? So for Switzerland, one of the major economic factors for the country. Now below, Pakistan. 7 ski opportunities, all in the north. Biggest one by far, Malem Jaba, 2 chairlifts, 1 kilometer prepared slope. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot to do. A lot to do. Mainly, when you look at on the topography, then you see that actually the big mountains are in Pakistan, not in Switzerland. We have in Switzerland some 48 summits above 4,000 meters. We have some more than 1,000 above 3,000 and some 2,000 above 2,000 meters. And then Pakistan, 5 above 8,000, with the famous K2, which is the second largest, the second highest peak in the world, behind the Mount Everest. And K2, by the way, is a very famous ski brand as well. I once had them, they are very good. And then we have more than 50 summits above 6,500, and 50% of the summits are over 4,500 meters. And this actually leads to something which is very important. If you look on the next slide. We are suffering all a climate change. It's a climate warming. And the climate warming led in Switzerland to the decision of government and banks to not support any ski projects anymore below 1,500 meters because of the snow line which is going up. That forced that many traditional ski resorts in Switzerland have problems with the snow, and they have now to find alternative attractive programs to keep the people. For instance, Gstaad. Gstaad is one of the famous Swiss resorts. In the meantime, they have one of the most famous tennis tournaments in summer. And they have in autumn, they have the biggest country music festival in Europe. But actually, it was always a ski resort with Liz Taylor and with Roger Moore, and everybody was there. You know, and they have to look for other programs. Big opportunity for Pakistan, because Pakistan has the mountains. And then I'm not talking about the 8,000. The interesting thing is the lowest. 50% the summits are over 4,500. That's where the ski regions are. That's where you have obviously 10,000s possibilities where you can put something in place. Now we have a kind of a concept study where we thought that would be an interesting start-up for such a endeavor in Pakistan. We called the investment concept Gloria Pakistan, just because it's the role model, the concept model is a Swiss project which was called Piz Gloria Switzerland. And you will see that it's a very, very famous environment there. It's a rotating restaurant on 3,000 meters built by the Swiss architect Konrad Wolf, somewhere in the 1960s. And the interesting thing is that this is actually the resort. And you can see it's on 3,000 meters, and you have a panorama all around the restaurant. And the great thing is this restaurant is turning. So if you sit in the restaurant, you have a dinner, you see the whole panorama because it passes you when it turns. And famous became this resort because of, you can see there, 007. There was, in the year 1969, was a most spectacular shooting for 007. So you can see in the background you see the resort. And it was actually 5 times it was Sean Connery doing the James Bond. And then in number 6, he said, I don't want to do it anymore. And they took an Australian, which is George Lazenby here on the picture, and he did it once. And then Roger Moore came. But to be honest, this is one of the best Bond movies ever, this one. And there you can see Diane Riggs on the left hand side. And the villain is played by Telly Savalas. And the story is that on this resort is the headquarters of the villain. That's where Blofeld, who is the traditional villain against James Bond, is planning something with a bacterial war or something, a very, very bad thing. And we can show you now the little sequence of the movie when James Bond, camouflage, wants to infiltrate the headquarters of the villain. There it is.
What kind of allergies? All of them. Like the hay fever, or the sickness caused by the oysters, or inability to eat meat. The Count is the great specialist in this field.
There it is.
I'll be glad to get my feet on the ground. Not ground, eyes.
So that's when he arrived there. That's from inside. When you have your dinner there, then you can see it's like rotating, and you have this panorama view all the time. Technically, it's quite easy. It's a wooden construction with aluminium covered, and then the whole restaurant rotates once in 48 minutes. So during the dinner, you see actually everything. It's a solar power drives at the mechanism, so it's sustainable. You don't need an electricity up there. It has 60 tables, 400 seats more, and everybody has the same view. So there is no struggle for who is sitting where. Everybody is turned around. For us, it was so interesting as well, because if you look on my last picture, you see Piz Gloria on the top. Okay? And there was, in this Piz Gloria top, there was Schilthorn Piz Gloria, there was literally nothing. And if you now look at it, you see all the slopes all around. That's all because of that. That was attracted by this restaurant, by this huge marketing they could make with that. That is now a highly developed ski environment, a ski resort. If you go down, you see Lauterbrunnen, and someone who has already been in Switzerland knows that from Lauterbrunnen on this side is Interlaken, and up there the mountains are the Jungfrau region. You know? So it's the best place to be. Our idea is to do the same in Pakistan. We just need a few hills, of you in Pakistan. You have enough hills, guys, in Pakistan. We can easily find them. It's important that they have snow, which is never better than in Pakistan to find. And then the rest we can implement. We have all the specialists. We can provide immediately a business plan, and then we can start. What we need is a hill, and what we need is the investment. Thank you very much.